Social Media University.
I field a lot of questions from people who start on YouTube and get very frustrated very quickly. So what would your advice be to people starting out YouTube?
Yeah, man. So the drought period on YouTube is real, right? We all know there's a drought on YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong, there's the 0.01% of creators that for some reason they can just throw something up. They've never been seen before. Nobody knows who they are. And before you know it, they've got 1 million views. Now, in saying that, there is still scientific numberology or numeric numbers, whatever you want to call it, behind the scenes that's still working, because ultimately YouTube is just a bunch of ones and zeros. It's not such an extreme AI at this point in time where it does its own thing and doesn't have code behind it. So, one particular girl I'm thinking of, she was showing how she was living out of her van for, I don't know if you've seen it, but she was living out of her van and she crushed it. First couple of videos popped, a couple million views straight away. Now, there's obviously so many things happening behind the scenes that not a lot of people are seeing, again, telling a story, engaging content, something unique, something that's different. What do you mean she's living out of a van? So, so many of these things. Now, obviously for a lot of us, especially when starting, we don't know what we're doing. So we just assume, we just assume that people want to watch this or they want to see it. But a lot of people aren't doing the due diligence prior to that to see what's already going viral. What's a good idea? What's something that can get me views? How should I structure this? What are what's the beginning, the middle, and end? Am I telling a story? Is this something that's inspirational or motivational? And, really breaking down all of these parts. So a lot of people don't, one, do the background work they need to before they get into YouTube. Two, when they do get into YouTube and they haven't done that background work, well, then they say, well, hang on a second, I posted, 10 videos and I haven't made 10 grand yet, or I haven't made $1,000 yet. Why aren't I monetized? So there, that sort of leads into the next point, which then goes into the fact that there's the drought period of a couple of months on YouTube. But it's not from the point of view that your content may not be good enough. It's literally because there's billions of hours being uploaded to YouTube. Why is yours different? Why are you someone that should stand out? And I think this then comes down into, a lot of people thinking that they deserve success or they deserve to go viral or they deserve because they've tried for so long, which in hindsight might only been a couple of weeks. But the point being is that, you can't expect results from day one. And YouTube is the best example of that, because I've had videos where I posted for 6 months, nothing happened. And then all of a sudden it got me 1 million views in a couple of days. So I know that when I upload a video, especially on my channels and my clients' channels, I'm expecting results, not now, not in a week, not in a month, usually in 3 to 6 months, because that gives YouTube one, data. It gives YouTube one, the idea and what to do with that video, because it doesn't know, are people watching for long? Are they watching for a little bit of time? What's the click-through rate? All these metrics and these analytics equal to virality. So to sum that up, it would just be stop being so entitled, because there's enough for everyone, but you have to deserve that. And also two, the drought period is something that, you need to get through. You need to wade through the desert before you can get to the oasis. And that's in that 3 to 6 month period.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So whenever I give people advice on YouTube, I always say if you can't commit today to doing YouTube for at least a year on a consistent basis, then don't do it. That's what I give, and I think a lot of it has to do with that drought period that you exactly mentioned.